Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Tim, Braden, Second Legacy. Thank you for stopping by. That makes you amazing. And today we have got some stuff. Oh, the crazy just will not stop. This is like listening to crazy, drinking it through a bucket rather than in a small little distribution. Because we've got some Secret Service shenanigans around the Trump assassination. Big hearing yesterday, lots of hoopla, lots of things going down. Pretty much standard fare. Democrats trying to twist everything into gun control and Republicans launching nukes from orbit against the actual director. But in an odd twist of fate, Democrats were the ones that got real mad about this, Tim. I can't wait to show you guys this. Along with Tim, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Tim, are you ready? This is an experience. We're about to have one together.
Okay.
Yeah, no, just go with it. Just roll with
Okay.
it. Just roll with it. Okay, thanks.
I'm scared.
Well, you should be. You should be, because we've got to talk about some really funny things. So we're going to jump right into this. And we've got 3 selections from this Secret Service director's hearing yesterday, because there was a whole bunch and everyone wanted some attention. But these 3 were particularly tasty. We wanted to bring them to you. So with that said, Dr. Slides, could you start playing the Connelly clip, and I'll tell you when to stop so we can do a brief break.
Ubiquity of weapons, guns in America, especially assault weapons or semi-automatic weapons, that's helped your job and the mission of your agencies, right? It's made it less complicated. Isn't that true?
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding your question.
Real simple. More guns, especially dangerous ones, have made your job protecting people easier. Is that not right?
I think from every
Direct to
state,
Cheatle. This is simple English. More guns, do they make your job more complicated or less complicated in protecting these 36 clients and visiting heads of state and heads of government that come to Washington?
I think the Secret Service needs to take into account.
I didn't ask that.
That they're in.
I'm sorry. I asked a simple question, which deserves a simple answer. The ubiquity of guns, dangerous weapons in America, like AR-15s, has that made your job, that is to say the mission of the Secret Service, easier or more difficult?
I think the threat environment for protecting our Secret Service protectees is always difficult, and that's dynamic, and it's always evolving.
We stipulate it's always difficult. Again, this is a simple one.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, so you see what's going on here, right, Tim?
Yeah.
You sniffed it out.
Yeah, she's trying to avoid politics, it seems.
And what's he doing?
He's trying to get her to commit to something here.
Exactly. So if you guys are not familiar and you don't watch these hearings like Tim and I do almost all the time, this might seem like a weird thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
Because he's not going down the road of, I didn't ask about the Second Amendment. Well, you didn't? Because it sounded, that's, okay. So let's break this down. Secret Service director talking about an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Do more guns make your job easier or harder? Well, he didn't ask if she supported the Second Amendment, Tim. It's so obvious. Like, clearly.
Right.
He's not like he's angling for anything to use as a clip in the upcoming election. They would never do that.
No. But they were.
Wouldn't.
But you know, it's interesting.
But they were.
but you know, if you take a look back in history, just to address the question that he was asking, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865.
He was.
Did the assailant Booth use an AR-15? No. How about Garfield in 1881? AR-15? No.
You're really flexing your knowledge right now.
McKinley in 1901. AR-15? How about Kennedy? Well, when Kennedy was assassinated, the AR-15 did exist. That was 1963.
It did.
But yet, was it the culprit? No, that was a Carcano.
No.
So,
Carcano, yeah, I was going to say that. Nice.
to his line of questioning, no, AR-15s really aren't the problem, are they? It's people that might be willing to commit acts of violence. But let's not get into that. It's not like we're Second Amendment channel or anything.
No, because we're not.
Okay.
See what you did there. I love what you did there. Because we don't talk about the Second Amendment per se in this video. We're only talking about rights that could be associated to said Second Amendment. So therefore, we're really not talking about the Second Amendment per Connelly.
Precisely.
Love it. Love it. Nailed it. Well, we've got some more Connelly, and I really want to hear some more of this guy getting squeaky like a little schoolgirl mouse when this woman will not answer his bait question. Let's continue.
Director Cheatle. And I can tell you, you're not making my job easier in terms of assessing your qualification for continuing on as director. Please answer the question. You're the head of the Secret Service. You're speaking on behalf of 8,000 members who put their lives on the line. We just had a failure by your own admission. Do guns make your job easier or harder?
I think the job of the Secret Service is difficult on every day, and we need to make sure that we are mitigating all threats, whether that be
That
weapons,
isn't my question.
personnel.
That is not my question. And now I think you're evading the answer, which is not a hard one.
Okay, stop it. Stop it.
I am sorry that you feel that way, sir.
It's funny watching them go at it.
Oh God, I'm sorry you feel that way. Okay, if you've ever been married or had a relationship or anything of that nature, like if you say I'm sorry you feel that way, that's like the Southern version of bless your heart. That's kind of like
You're an idiot, is what he's saying there. Yeah.
yeah, oh my God.
Bless your little heart, sweetie. I mean, yeah, that's pretty derogatory. Yeah, that's fun. These types of things, these moments in Congress are the best, though. But what's funny is she's worried about making a politically incorrect statement that she can get beaten over the head with. Mm-hmm. That's not your problem, sweetheart.
No,
you got bigger
there's a different problem. Yeah, there's a different problem. Overall, this was a absolute clusterfuck. But that part,
that's a flustercluck, by the way.
I said fluck. I'm good. It's kind of like in Battlestar Galactica when they say frack all the time. You just make up our own curse words.
You just reverse the first letters and then you get
I see what you did there.
Okay, anyway.
I get it.
All right,
the old
so anyway.
Spoonerism-ish thing. All right, so that was the squeaky Democrat from Virginia. By the way, side note, Tim, do you remember when men would get upset and their voices would drop in octave, not go higher, like they got kicked right in the proverbial 9 mils?
Will you say the AR-15 is the problem? Will you say the AR-15 is the problem?
I think so. Very squeaky on these streets. Very squeaky.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. But now, but before we go into this one, this is a representative from South Carolina, Nancy Mace. I just want to draw some attention that her voice is actually deeper than his. And she is qualified as what I believe they call a woman. They used to. I'm not sure if they do anymore.
Oh, she's definitely a female, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Because she does have the deeper voice. Things can get complicated.
But there's other giveaways.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. There are visual cues that...
I got you. It's the glasses. I'm totally with you. All right, well, let's go with Nancy Mace. Let's just go on an adventure because she tears her to shreds.
Most of my questions are going to demand a yes or no answer. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, my first question. Both sides of the aisle today have asked for your resignation. Would you like to use my 5 minutes to draft your resignation letter, yes or no?
No, thank you.
Was this a colossal failure?
It was a failure.
Yes or no? Was it a colossal failure is the question. Yes or no?
I have admitted this is a terrible...
This is a yes or no series of questions. Was this a colossal failure? Yes or no?
Yes.
Was this tragedy preventable? Yes or no?
Yes.
Has the Secret Service been transparent with this committee?
Yes.
Would you say the fact that we had to issue a subpoena to get you to show up today as being transparent? Yes or no?
I have always been
yes or no? You didn't want to answer the question.
Committee.
We had to issue a subpoena to get you to show up today. That is not transparent, by the way. You stated earlier, Secret Service is not political. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say leaking your opening statement to Punchbowl News, Politico's Playbook, and Washington Post several hours before you sent it to this committee as being political? Yes or no?
I have no idea how my statement got out.
Okay, pause it for a second.
That's bullshit. So, Mr.
I was trying to pause. I was trying to remember where she says it.
Yeah, I love her.
We might have to, when we play it again, back it up like 5 seconds just so you can get that full exchange. But, dude, this has been my point the whole time on this, and this has always been my stance on it. if it can only be two things. Okay, and I'm not saying which one of these it is. And please tell me your opinion on this, but it's either extreme negligence or extreme intention.
Yeah.
There is no room for in between. This is so bad that it makes you question everything.
Yeah. I'm willing to go so far as to say they let it happen, right? Because there's just too much evidence when you have the fact that the Democrats tried to literally pass legislation to take Trump's Secret Service detail away from him, that she, the director of the Secret Service, didn't even take the B team and put it on his detail. They took, it's being reported anyway, DHS agents, not even Secret Service agents, were assigned to the detail. These were highly unqualified people to be there. Mm-hmm. And then you have the whole thing with the local police setting in a window versus being on the roof where they were supposed to be, 130 yards when, obviously an AR-15 can, or a rifle in general can shoot past 130 yards, being the security perimeter.
She's coming up in a second.
Yeah. I mean, there's just AOC so many things, moving parts here that definitely clearly point to incompetency and ineptitude, but may also point to just letting it happen. Like, and then you got the people who go a step further and say they caused it, but we'll see.
You want to hear something crazy? As we're talking about this, we're filming this episode. This is 9:46 on the morning of Tuesday. You know what just came through in my text messages?
Oh, boy.
Secret Service Director Cheatle resigns after mounting pressure.
I knew that was coming. Dude. I knew that was coming. I predicted that
came through as we're making this filming of this video. Yeah. That's hilarious.
I mean, and she was adamant, just like Joe Biden was, I'm not resigning. I'm going to continue on. It seems like the Democrats have this problem with making promises and then breaking them like the next hour or so.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I was saying that the Democrats have this problem of making promises like, I'm not going to resign. I'm not stepping down in this fight. And then like an hour later, like I'm out.
I wonder if she tweeted. I wonder if she did it via tweet.
Yeah, did she tweet it out?
I don't know.
Or she actually going to do a press conference? Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is like Game of Thrones. I've said it many times. The month of June and July in 2024 is one hell of a drug.
This is getting more Soviet style. I mean, this is truly Soviet type stuff here, dude. This is the stuff we used to laugh about in the 80s with how corrupt the Soviet Union was in its politics, and here we are doing it ourselves. It's great.
It's so crazy where we're at right now.
It's not great in a good way, by the way, folks. I'm not saying
it's great like in a Pollyannish, like it can't be that bad, right?
Right.
Oh God,
it's just unreal. Well, simply unreal.
Let's hear her say that's bullshit one more time.
I have no idea how my statement got out.
Well, that's bullshit. So, Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record articles by Punchbowl News, Political Playbook, Washington Post, all done at 5:24 a.m., 6:12 a.m., 6:34 a.m., a solid 3 to 4 hours before this committee got your statement.
Without objection, so ordered.
Okay. Is the Secret Service fully cooperating with our committee?
Yes.
Okay. You say you're fully cooperating with this committee. On July 15th, this committee sent you a list of demands of information that we wanted. Has the Secret Service provided this committee a complete list of all law enforcement personnel that were there that day? Have you done that? Have you provided a list to the Oversight Committee? Yes or no?
I will have to get back to you on that.
That is a no. Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of shit today. You're just being completely dishonest. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Just stop.
Wow.
You're full of shit today.
Yeah. And that's a congressional cuss.
I'm telling you.
I mean, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll be honest with you, man. When I hear her doing that, all I think of is Southern women that I grew up with, because I'm very, like, my whole family's Southern. I grew up in the South. That's what I hear. It's very refined. It's not loud. There's not a lot of screaming all the time, but there's very, very direct language, and that's exactly what I get from that. But anyway, you want to say any more about that, or you think she about covered it? Because we got AOC coming up with AR references.
Well, that was good because we just found out she resigned, so we're beating a dead horse. Yes. Let's move on to AOC.
Well, no, you're right. No, that's good. That's good because AOC it's not actually about her at this point. So now it's about ARs. Excellent, Tim. You're quite the producer on the fly. Well, with that said, let's get into AOC, how she tells us that ARs are the most popular rifle out there, and that they really should probably look at doing the envelope of protection beyond their range. I don't know, man. It's a weird world where AOC makes sense. Let's get it.
Operated from was outside of that established perimeter, correct, for the Butler, Pennsylvania event?
It was outside of our secure perimeter, yes.
Now, that building was, I believe, 500. How far away was that building from the president?
It was approximately 200 yards.
200 yards. Now, the individual used an AR-15 in order to act out his assassination attempt. An AR-15 has a range of about 400 to 600 yards. My question is, why does the Secret Service perimeter, why is the Secret Service protective perimeter shorter than one of the most popular semi-automatic weapons in the United States?
Okay, stop it.
Oh, she said it. She's following
weird.
the steps of the Supreme Court she hates, saying
Yeah,
that the
isn't that weird?
AR-15
That's where I went too.
is popular, commonly available. That helps us, by the way, folks.
Commonly?
Just so you know.
Oh, big time. This is in congressional hearings. This is a part of congressional record. You pair this with Sotomayor's dissent in the Cargill case, where she says the AR-15 was affixed with a bump stock, one of the most commonly available rifles in the United States, semi-automatic rifles in the United States. Guys, they are building the brick wall that they're going to run into with their face with AR bans.
Yeah, because it's the whole common use thing that the Supreme Court's going to focus in on. And they're admitting they're in common use. And that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, wow. AOC. So there's something driving this, because there's no way that she can have a moment of lucidity like this on national television, because usually she's just spouting stupidity.
Yes, I agree.
Something's up. And it probably
we're yet to see it, though. We don't know what it is yet.
Well, I think it just happened. They wanted the director of the Secret Service gone. They all did, because look, it's not good for the Democrats either that this happened, right? Because it gave sympathy to Trump, and they can't have the director of the Secret Service allowing sympathy to be given to Trump, and so they have to remove her and punish her for her mishandling. Now, had Trump, well, I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to speculate too much.
No, let's not speculate. Just you wear that hat and you just turn your head slightly to the right at the right time. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh God. In a world, Tim, where Republicans and Democrats are both going against the same bureaucratic ineptitude, and AOC is becoming a rifle expert, spouting common use types of language and common sense. Did you see a Stargate we went through?
Yeah,
because
I know, right? But she was off on her numbers.
Is going
just
on?
So you know, folks, on an area target, the Marine Corps will tell you that 800 yards is used, and that means that area means you're just saturating the area with lead, kind of like area denial. And 500 yards would be about the limit of the AR-15. I think the Army qualifies at 300 or something like that. So.
Yeah, not the Marines.
But inside of all that, 200 yards is well within the range of any firearm, any rifle.
Yeah. You could lob something with a pistol 200. I mean, like with reasonable.
Oh yeah, people do it all the time. Yeah.
I think I've done it upside down once. Anyway, that's not what's truly important, Tim.
No.
Did you hear that Biden's dead according to the internet? That's weird.
That is weird. I mean, it's circulating by a number of I won't say popular sources that have followings, because I wouldn't say that Laura Loomer's popular with everybody.
No, but Tim Pool picked it up.
Tim Pool picked it up.
Timmy Pool.
Yeah. Yep. And then Global Press Corps, they picked it up. Matter of fact, there's a little spat between Global Press Corps and Roz Alerts. Yeah. Both Roz Alerts saying that he's not, there's no evidence he's on death's door, and Global Press Corps saying that there's ample evidence, and they're both promising to delete their accounts if either of them are wrong. And Global Press Corps just deleted their account, or was deleted. Interesting enough.
It is no longer existing.
Yeah.
So I think Global Press Corps was the one saying that he was dead, and they deleted his account. So I guess that means he's clinically alive.
Yeah.
So there's that. But no, I do think it's fascinating with the Tim Pool here, because Tim Pool is not saying, well, I was trying to give him some cover, but then you read his title for his video that's live right now.
Yeah.
The actual title is Biden had a stroke, rumor that he's dead or dying, and Kamala secures the kingdom. I'm just adding the kingdom part because she was coronated.
Yeah.
Please see earlier video or later video. I don't know. See other video. But I mean, I could see him having a stroke. And that would actually check out for everything that we're seeing, and like the complete absence of the president, the recording, or at least appearing recording on calling in for Kamala, the absence, the writing was changed. That would actually accommodate everything. A stroke would do all of those things.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because his letter that he posted to Twitter, he hasn't addressed the nation on television or anything like that.
Right.
He just, his cronies posted a letter that wasn't on official letterhead, that was just on a white piece of paper that had a signature of him announcing his resignation from the campaign on, and then a signature that looks nothing like any of his other signatures. He literally underlined his own signature, which he has never done before in any executive order that they compared them to. And then, of course, the letters are nothing alike. So there's a lot of speculation out there that he didn't really sign the letter. He didn't write the letter, which is probably true. A staffer probably did. And then you'd think they'd just use an accepted rubber stamp, but apparently they didn't have one, so somebody just signed it for them. Could have been Jill.
So they freehanded it.
Yeah, just like, close enough. You know,
they can't even fraudulently sign something right.
And then he's been unheard from since, right? Still no public appearances, still nothing. So this is feeding speculation that he's in trouble health wise.
Stroke would check out. I think. Here's my thoughts on this as we wrap this video, because this is kind of like a rabbit hole in the end. But hey, it's fun. Little Easter egg for you guys. If he were truly to be dead, that is not possible in our state of government to truly not have a figurehead. Like, you have to have someone that is sworn in at the moment of death. I mean, like it's like if the president dies, the VP is sworn in like in the hospital.
Right.
I mean, like,
and we've
it's
seen that
very, very fast. Yeah,
right.
Lyndon B. Johnson. That happened to him in with
they swore him
Kennedy.
in on the plane ride back to DC. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So, I mean, like it is a legitimate thing that you cannot have a power vacuum at the top. Now, that's kind of what leads me towards he may just be victim of a stroke or some sort of medical thing where he's not fully well. But I don't think that he's dead, because if he was dead,
no, I don't think he is either.
Lots of shifting of a lot of things. I think that would be the case.
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy just to install Harris. That's what they want to do anyway at the moment. So correct. I think that he may be dealing with medical issues. Clearly, he's dealing with medical issues. Maybe they've accelerated or something bad has happened. We don't know. But that's not. I don't think it's being reported. No. Some people have said that he's passed. Other people are just saying that he's, in the process of passing.
It's pure speculation.
And yeah, I mean, you have people out there posting, and this is true. It's currently on the website. He has started transferring power for various tasks to other people within his administration.
The delegation of power to his cabinet. Yeah.
So, but that in and of itself is no sure sign that something has gone wrong, because that has happened in the past too with other presidents. So anyway, we'll keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on. If something changes, we'll make some more videos for you all. Thank you for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.